Welcome back, State of Decay 2 survivors. This is Congrex's Prime coming at you with a new video here. We're going to be talking about the new changes that have happened recently in the last week in the beta. One of them in particular that's been tickling me quite a bit is the Outpost changes. And you're going to probably be asking yourself, what exactly is tickling you, Prime? What's tickling you about these particular Outpost changes that have happened? And I'm kind of dumbfounded, guys, because initially when I made my survey out to Undead Labs, which it is a video that it's out there. Also, I made a review on State of Decay beta, the initial part of the beta, not the second part, because it has changed. There has been an update about a week ago. And I've been beta testing this particular beta. And there have been some changes, but the biggest change that I want to talk about with you guys is this Outpost change. The whole reason behind this new system that they're added into this game, at least from what I understood from their exact stream, was that they wanted to give players more options. And right now, the way the Outpost system is set up, they've taken those options away. You're gonna go back to being exactly what you used to do with Outpost before, which is like you just get the first tier and move on. Because if you actually sit there and spend time attaining these outposts, specifically in Lethal Zone, specifically starting with 0 everything, you're wasting your time, and I'm going to explain that to you right now, guys. So as initial cost, the outpost still costs the same, which is 300 influence at level 1, tier 1. So that hasn't changed. That's still the same. And this is what I mean about outposts being going back to the way they used to be, because right now the cost from level 1 to level 2 used to be 425. Now we're looking at an 800 influence cost. That's double what it was initially costing to go from level 1 to level 2. And that's, that's okay. I'll be honest. I'm not too hurt about the 800 cost of influence, them doubling it up like that. So I would expect that they will double up 800, but they didn't. They actually made it 2,000. Now, my math is a little off, guys, but that's over 3,100 influence to go from level 1 to level 3. Now, the material cost stayed the same. The influence cost has changed dramatically, like 400% more influence cost to switch from level 1 to level 3 outpost. And the idea that this makes the game too easy, right? Like the idea of the outpost, because this is like the number one answer I get every time I go fishing around for some people to give me like clarification, like what makes the game too easy, right? They're like, oh, this new outpost system makes the game too easy. I don't understand that, man. I really don't, because these outposts are not dramatically changing the way you play this game, except how you start. So with them being 425, and I think it was like 475, level 1, level 2, and level 3. So it'll go 300, 425, 475. The materials costs were the same, 5 and 10. You were able to, let's say, get a food outpost early on and kind of mitigate the fact that you need a farm really early in the game. So now you don't have to have the same start. And I was actually kind of happy about that, because it changed the dynamic of the game. It gave you a different option, a different avenue to go. But now with these new changes, now you got to default back to default, which is, bring an agriculture person, build up a farm and have the same exact start you will always have, because it's just not valuable for you to go past level 2 in all reality early on in the game. And specifically, and I'm talking about specifically here in Lethal Zone. So these changes are a little bit on the extreme side under labs, and you kind of busted my bubble. I was actually gonna have fun now, because I was finding out different ways to start the game. It gave me like a fresh look at the game, because in all reality, what makes games boring for me is the fact that it's always cookie cut. You have to follow one specific way of doing things, and after doing that 3 or 4 times, I get burnt out, and I normally back away from games. That's how you, if you want me to stop playing a game, that's how you do it. You pull old Prime and tell them to do the same thing over and over again, and then I'm done. And now that this outpost situation is the way it is, I feel compelled not to, like want to play the game. Not even wanting to beta test it anymore at this point, because in order to beta test it now, I have to bring in a decked out community to be able to take advantage of these new features. I can't do it from the get-go like I was in the beginning part of the beta. So what I'm getting at, guys, what I'm getting at with this video is that the difficulty of this game does not change if the inventory changes. The difficulty of this game does not change if you increase your production on your outpost. The difficulties of this game, no matter where you're at, whatever you set your bar to, will not change, because all it takes is one bullet to the head and 95% of your problems go away in this game. There's only one innovative thing in this game that has changed the game dramatically, and was when Heartland came out and the Plague Pharaohs came out. That is the only one dynamic enemy that has changed the way the game plays, because it takes 3 shots to kill this darn thing, and if a few of them show up, it gets a little dicey. So, to say that the game is easy because outposts were, they didn't cost as much influence initially, about 400% less than what they cost now, and having this pendulum swing to all the way to the other side of the field has definitely dulled the game for me. And I'm a little bit disappointed. I hope that the beta that I'm testing right now is not the beta they're going to release. I hope they tweak these numbers up and see that this is unreasonable. The only way this will happen in all reality, guys, is if you guys drop some comment below here, and Undead Labs gets wind of this, and maybe they'll reconsider. I know I'm definitely going to have to throw up another survey, because I never put in my survey that the outpost, the cost needs to go up because the game is too easy. So anyway, guys, let me know in the comments below what you guys think of my little rant here. I don't consider it a rant. I just consider it viewing my opinion out here and throwing it out there. It's just weird, man. We're in a weird spot right now. I hope that this is not what we get, because if it is, there's really no point in even exercising the fact that we have outposts to be able to upgrade, because it's just not worth it, in my opinion, at this point. That's all I have for now, guys. Light, love, and peace. Congrexes. Checking out.